Those of you that may not be aware, I started this bill with Matt Norris 3 years ago. And since then, we've had some wins. We've come a long ways. We still have a ways to go, but we knocked on 10,000 doors.
Yeah.
Trying to bring people out of their communities so that we could build people power. We went into 36 parks. This was just last summer. We have 180,000 people that live in manufactured housing. We have 540 parks, manufactured home parks in the state of Minnesota. That's a huge number. Those are large numbers, numbers that we can move legislators with. But we have had some wins. We've had the governor and the AG. We have their support.
Yeah.
And we have the support of quite a few authors and co-authors on this bill. So it's pretty good. But
I am Representative Matt Norris. I am proud to represent the communities of Blaine and Lexington in the Minnesota House of Representatives. The district with the most manufactured housing of any House district in the state of Minnesota.
Wow.
Representative Purcell was around here somewhere, one of my House colleagues, one of our co-authors. I also send regards from another manufactured housing champion in the House. Well, we've got Representative Ryer here, and Representative Feist, who has been a champion for a number of years in the House on manufactured housing, sends her regards. She wasn't able to make it. But let's give a round of applause. One of Ramirez is right here in the front row. You know, when Gwen and I first started on this journey, it was just the two of us sitting in a coffee shop talking about what was going on in her park. And I said, all right, let's write a bill, let's see what happens. And as often happens in this place, all of a sudden, these lobbyists descended. And what should have been a simple common sense thing, putting in protections to prevent Minnesotans from unreasonable rent increases, became the most contentious bill that I offered in my first term here in the Minnesota House.
Shame.
And so Gwen and I, we put our heads together and we said we need to do something about this. And so we started knocking doors because, these lobbyists, they hide in the shadows of this building. They're never out in the forefront. But they hide in the shadows. We know them. We see them. And the thing that can always trump big money and the powerful interest behind them is people power. So thanks to Gwen and her neighbors and neighbors all across the state of Minnesota, you guys got to work. You went out and started knocking doors, talking to neighbors, making phone calls, holding rallies. And as a result, there is so much momentum behind this bill. We're a little bit, We're a little bit stuck right now in the House because of some partisanship, and so we got to keep working on that. My Senate colleagues will talk here in a minute about some of the momentum we're building on the Senate side, though. And in the long run, we're going to get this done. I have no doubt about it. Whether it's this year or whether it's next year, we are going to make sure that there is a pro-manufactured housing resident majority in the House and the Senate. And the first thing we do when that happens is we are going to pass the Manufactured Home Park Resident Bill of Rights.
Yeah.
I can't even see out the door there. It's like a whiteout outside. So coming down here means so much. Thank you for all the work. I am going to be standing there right next to you throughout this session and past it if we need to make sure that we get that bill passed once and for all.
Folks, work hard and play by the rules. It should mean that your family can afford the basics like housing, childcare, health care. But too many Minnesotans feel like the American dream is slipping away.
That's
Right.
The status quo is broken, and Minnesotans are paying the price, and nowhere is that more apparent than in manufactured housing. I see here that since 2015, 142 manufactured home parks in Minnesota have been bought by out-of-state investors, many of them private equity firms.
Whoa.
Who is right? You guys know the business model of private equity. Buy, jack up the rent, and bleed the residents dry. Well, I'm here to tell you, the House DFL is fighting for changes that will put more power in your hands and not greedy private equity firms, so workers and families have a chance to succeed. So what does that mean? What are the specifics? We want to put protections in place to prevent unreasonable rent increases that force people from their homes. We want to make sure residents have a true opportunity to purchase the park when it goes up for sale, so that residents, not profiteers from out of state, get to decide how much the rent should be and how the park is managed. We want to add tools to enforce the existing resident protections that are already on the books so that you can live in peace. And it means that we need to pass legislation like the Manufactured Housing Residents Bill of Rights. I am so grateful for my friend Matt Norris and all the work he's doing on this effort. How great is Matt Norris? I'll tell you, there's no one who I'd rather have in my corner than Matt Norris. And let me tell you, Matt Norris is in your corner every day. He brings the fight every day here at the Capitol for all of you. And the House DFL is going to stand with Matt Norris, and we're going to stand with all of you to make sure that your rights are protected and that you have the chance to get ahead. But we know that the Minnesota House right now is tied. We have 67 DFLers and 67 Republicans. So that means we need some Republicans to join us. We know which side we're on. Now the question is for them. Are you with the people or with the private equity and the billionaires?
That's right.
That's the choice Republicans have to make in Minnesota today. So thank you. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for the work you are doing. Thank you for helping to ensure that people who couldn't be here today have their rights protected. And thank you for making Minnesota a great place for everybody to live in. Thank you.